Hey guys, greetings from the tribe. We're going to talk about Ohio today and where to find gold and other semi-precious to precious minerals. We're going to start first by doing some facts about Ohio, because you might not think that it's the most exciting place in the world, and frankly I'm not sure if it is or not, but I can tell you a few interesting facts. The first thing is that it's called the Buckeye State. A lot of people don't know why. It's actually for a tree called the Buckeye tree. It grows in the Ohio River Valley, and the nut resembles a deer's eye, hence the name. But it's also thought to be a lucky thing to carry one around with you when you go out and you go hunting. So you might want to find one, carry one with you, throw it in the back of the truck or something. Another thing is the glacial grooves on Kelly's Island. Now, these are a great example of what it looks like when you have glacial movement and what it can do to the ground, the very destructive raw power of it. It's an amazing thing to see the scratches and grooves from the thick ice sheet that was there 18,000 years ago. And I'm also pretty happy that the guy who made Superman, the creator, was from Ohio. You know, good job. I know that the Cuyahoga River is the river that was nicknamed the river that caught fire. So if you want to look into that, actually, short story, it's pollution, sparks from railroad, boom, river on fire, like 13 times. And so a couple other facts. It is illegal to go fishing for whales on Sunday, apparently. You cannot get a fish drunk. Now, I don't believe in these ones necessarily, but women are not allowed to wear patent leather shoes in public, or 5 or more women in one house unless you're relatives. Even after breaking these laws, apparently you're not allowed to be arrested on Sunday or on the 4th of July. But be wary, they'll probably just keep the fish in detox until the 5th. Ohio made its state gemstone, Flint, in 1965. Cryptocrystalline quartz, or Flint, chert, whatever you want to call it, is a minute crystal structure that's so small you almost can't see it through a microscope. You got to take a thin slice, pass polarized light through it, and then you can observe it. But otherwise, it's so dense and compact that it's very weather resistant, hence what Flint has been used for thousands and thousands of years. It is available in abundance in Ohio, in the central and eastern parts of the state. There's also a lot of other minerals that can be found, and a lot of places you can find them. But first, the gold. We all know that we like gold, so we're going to start with that. So this part of the United States has never really been a hotbed for gold production, but it is right south of amazing gold fields in Canada. And remember the glacial movement we talked about before. So the glacier brought plenty down. A small-time prospector or hobbyist level is going to have a great time if they learn to read the land and what the glaciers were doing. So let's take a look at some of the areas that have gold that has been found, and let's discuss the possibility of future exploration and what you might find. So like many other regions in this area, all the gold deposits for the most part are thought to be glacial deposits. Glacial coverage was about 2/3 of Ohio. So the lower part doesn't necessarily have that much gold. Glaciers act like a giant grinder, and as they grind the ore, it actually produces gold from the dust. So most of what you're going to find is going to be small flour, but there are some occurrences of larger flakes and things, but you could still find some of the rich spots with the ore and be able to crush that and retrieve 100% of that gold. The most excitement generated in Ohio about gold was in the late 1800s. It was in Richland County, I believe. There was an abundance of large flakes that were found in Clearfork River and the surrounding stream beds. There are several other creeks in the county that also produce gold that we know of, such as Honey Creek, Friends Creek, and Leatherwood Creek. So if you get out there, you tune your sluice low and slow, I know you can find some. This county is a good one to start with. There are known placer deposits of gold as well as in Stonelick Creek in Clermont County, and prospectors have also found placer deposits in Ross County, I believe, and the surrounding stream beds in that area. So I know it's going to be tough, but you can still go out and you can still have a good time. And now on to the minerals. Let's talk about flint. The Vanport flint in Ohio is from the Pennsylvanian age, and it's the most well-known flint in Ohio. It's available in Muskingum and Licking counties, and it's mainly from the area called Flint Ridge. So the Native Americans used this flint for a long time to make things like spears, arrowheads, knives, and like ceremonial objects. It comes in a variety of colors like light yellow, brown, green, red, and some other colors as well. Collectors oftentimes use this material as polished, cabochoned, or carved, and sometimes simple knapping and then wire wrapping, and it really looks beautiful. And flint knappers still use this material today to make beautiful spears and arrowheads. The Ohio flint occurred in very distinctive colors, and the Native Americans really treasured it. It was traded far and wide. Some of the artifacts have been found as south as the Gulf of Mexico and as west as the Rocky Mountains. And I actually think that we have a piece of it. It's a stone knife that Stacy found. It is a very symmetrical blade. It's a small hand knife that I think the original person who was making it made a mistake while pressure knapping it. There's strike knapping, and then there's pressure knapping. This piece shows all the distinctive human signs of having been worked. I believe it is a piece of the Eastern Ohio flint, given that the colors and the formation. It actually also has a small pocket of crystals on it, making it a crystal specimen as well. It's pretty neat. And now on to calcite, guys. Calcite is found in the western and central parts of Ohio. It's found in a clear form, also in golden and like a dark brown. Calcite is found in some other places in Ohio as well, like Pugh Quarry in Lime City in Wood County. It has also been found in Maple Grove Quarry in Seneca County. Allen County in northwestern Ohio is also another spot where you can find calcite, many other minerals. It's a very popular spot for rock collectors. Alright, now on to celestite, guys. Celestite, or Celestine as it's known as well, is found in northwestern parts of Ohio. It can be found as white or light blue crystals. It is a commercial source of strontium and also commercially used to make things like fireworks and flares. Large crystals of Celestine have been found on South Bass Island, in Lake Erie, in Ottawa County. Some of the other places you can find it are in Ottawa County and in Wood County. And on to the Crystal Cave, the world's largest geode, guys. In the town of Put-in-Bay, Ohio, there was a man digging a well for his winery in 1887, and he ended up hitting a vug of Celestine crystals at about 30 feet. On exploring the cave, he discovered large, well-formed tubular crystals that were identified as Celestine, and it happens to be the world's largest geode that you can go walk around inside of. And now on to the fluorite, guys. Fluorite's found in a lot of places in Ohio. It comes in a brown color, but it also comes in yellow, purple, and green as well. It's found in the Findlay Arch Mining District in Allen County, I believe, and it's a very popular site for the fluorite. Fluorite is normally found with other minerals like calcite. So you can find those in Pugh Quarry in Wood County, and you can also find it in Auglaize Quarry in Paulding County. Fluorite specimens have also been found near Gibsonburg in Sandusky County, as well as Franke Island in Lake Erie. Okay, on to sphalerite, guys. Sphalerite is a crystal that is made of zinc oxides and has iron impurities in it, which give it a similar kind of reddish to deep red to brown and reddish brown coloration that you can also find in the flint sometimes. Sphalerite is found in Ohio in the dolomites that are present in the southern part of the state, which belong to the Silurian period. The mineral is mainly used as a commercial source of zinc, but some high-grade pieces are often cut into gemstones and can also be sold as crystal specimens. Some locations where sphalerite has been found is Maumee Stone Quarry in Lime City, and again in Pugh Quarry in Wood County. Alright guys, on to the fossils. Last but not least on the list. So, Isotulus, it was a member of the trilobite family. It was made the Ohio State fossil in 1985. It was a little sea creature that had a hard shell on the outside and was from about 440 million years ago. These fossils were found at the site of the Hoffman Dam at Dayton, Ohio. Some of the other things you can find there are brachiopods, horn coral, crinoids, bryozoans. So they all were part of the Devonian, the Silurian, and the Ordovician eras. You can find them in Trammel Fossil Park in Sylvania and Auglaize Quarry Park in Fairborn, Ohio. Alright guys, thanks for hunting with me, and I'm sure I'll see you by the bonfire later. Till then, if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you got any suggestions for the next video, go ahead and ask. You'd be surprised, we made this one because somebody asked us to make this one first. If you guys like this content and want to support us, feel free to subscribe, feel free to follow us. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Alright guys.